seeing a lot of people say that 80s jewelry was trending, but no one was being specific as to what exactly was 80s about things that were trending. And looking through those two 80s magazines was super helpful. And this year, I have been working on a jewelry trends video, and there's a lot more bohemian stuff. And to me, it looks kind of 70s, but I don't know enough about 70s jewelry to say what's generally crafty and what is 70s crafty. So I thought this would be really good to do. And I also just thought it would be fun. So we'll be looking at these magazines in 3 different videos. I want to take my time with all of them, so I thought I would put each in its own video. This first one is a spring. It's March 15th, 80 or 72, I think. Yeah, 72. This was one Vogue was either bi-weekly or weekly. I'm not sure, but not monthly because we've got a date. So spring of 72. And then we have a little bit later spring of 74. And a fall of 78. So nice spread. And we've also got a magazine that is more geared at adults. And then teen ones. And that would be nice to see the difference. And here we'll have 2 springs pretty close to each other. I feel like 2 years apart might seem like a long time today, but because fashion trends cycle over so quickly, but jewelry trends don't cycle as fast as fashion trends. So this is part 1, and we're going to look at this magazine. And I have a feeling that they went even slower before the internet age and the age of fast fashion. By the way, look how much 17 shrunk. In 4 years, it's so much smaller. On the 78th edition, pretty big price difference too for 4 years. 65 cents to $1. I'm excited to look at this. Like with the 80s, the 70s are too recent for there to be lots of stuff written about jewelry of the period. And the internet is a little bit of a mess at the moment with misinformation, so it can be hard to know which online sources are a great source. So this primary source will be great. Oh, before we get started, if you were wearing jewelry in the 70s, I would love to hear what kind of jewelry you wore, whether in 72 or any other year, or if your family members or anything, if you have any pictures where you can see what they were wearing. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. How pretty is this cover, by the way? It's so soft. It has these really pretty earthy tones. And I like how they've done the really bright, vibrant blue to complement the muted orange complementary colors. Super pretty. This one was 75 cents. As we go through, I'm gonna write down all the jewelry we see, and then we'll note patterns that emerge. We're starting with no jewelry on the cover, which I feel like makes sense. It's kind of a sporty look. Like a bride's cooking, Oneida's heirloom sterling gets even better with time. That's a very pretty ad. It's interesting. It's currently a trend right now to pair fashion and jewelry with food. So obviously it makes sense for this servingware to be paired with this food. But I can imagine an ad like this with just a diamond bracelet draped over it. Bit of a strange trend, but 2025 is an interesting year. the 60s magazines we've looked through, they use color really limited, in a really limited way. Wash and wear lash without a care. Ooh, $5. That feels expensive for 1975. I wonder what that is in today's dollars. Oh, there's our first jewelry. Chunky bangles. Contrasting colors. They're rounded. You can see they have rounded edges, which makes them look softer. A lot of big bangles are trending right now. Some of them are more angular, but these kinds of bangles are trending too. Oh, she's got them there as well. Bangles on both arms. So she's pretty layered up. Ooh, a jewelry ad. Beautiful. Lots going on. That's interesting. Really intricate designs. It's interesting that the first jeweler, and this is Van Cleef, because I would say Van Cleef and Vivienne Westwood are the only fashion logos that are trending in a big way this year in jewelry. I talked about Vivienne Westwood a bit in the 2024 jewelry trends. Their logo, I can't remember, is it called an orb or something like that? But it's a planet with rings like Saturn. Van Cleef's Clover is trending at the moment. I want to say it's called is it called an Alhambra, or is that the collection? Unsure, but it's definitely trending at the moment. And I think it's been trending enough that there will be a lot of knockoffs, so then people can actually wear it. Because the bracelets with their logo, or is it maybe more accurate to call it a house, simple house motif? It's mostly the bracelets with the motif that are trending. But those bracelets are at, I would say, an ultra luxury price point. Whereas Vivienne Westwood is more approachable by many thousands of dollars. This is so much more ornate and intricate than their jewelry that I've seen lately. World famous jewelers. So, gosh, I don't even know what to call this. No, does it say what this is? This black, probably enamel. Maybe it could be onyx or something. A linked collar necklace. Super maximalist styling. Is this a door knocker? I think that's a door knocker, which is trending, but the door knockers that are trending look very, very 80s. Bonwood Teller. Got an oversized circular stud in this ad. Maybe it's more in the large range rather than oversized. Large circular stud. Galleon Lord. Piquant BK Plaid. I don't think they're wearing any jewelry. It's fun that there are illustrations. I love that about older magazines. Blossoming in the Conservatory. Prize polyester knit species from Bob Goldworm. Only for Saks Fifth Avenue. $110. That's very different from now. Advertising polyester like it's exclusive and good. statement. I can't quite tell what the charm is supposed to be, but it's huge, whatever it is. And metal. Longer necklaces are finally starting to trend again this year. I talked about it in the 2024 jewelry trends video, but for a really long time there have been no long necklace styles that have trended. So I've been wondering for several years, like, when on earth are longer necklaces gonna come back? The answer is this year. A lot of the ones I've seen people actually wearing are corded instead of chain, which is also very new over this year compared to the years previous to us. In 2025 when I'm filming, on the show, spangles, bareback, spells of frills, ringmaster, Bill Tice for royal, at home. I don't see any jewelry on her. Not on her either. A Gucci ad. Those shoes are $39. That's why the eyelashes from earlier felt so expensive. They are an eighth of the cost of Gucci shoes. A color advertisement. Green stationery. Long statement pendant necklace. Another one with a chain. Jewels by David Webb. Kind of ornate. Teardrop shape. Advertising polyester. Oh, does she have earrings? I can't quite tell if she does there. Large studs. Who is the Olivetti girl? And why are people saying such terribly nice things about her? No jewelry on the Olivetti girl. She's at work. Maybe the more working lady fashion. They'll have less jewelry. These typewriters range from $265 to $705. Much more expensive than Gucci shoes. It says for more information, see the yellow pages for the nearest Olivetti office. In 2025, they might just put a QR code. Vogue money. Vogue movies. Oh my gosh, the Vogue's book of etiquette and good manners. $10. I wonder if there are any photos of that on YouTube. Love announces soft water skincare. That's cute. It's embossed in there with bar soap. But no jewelry. This is love in 1972. It's interesting how the yellowed pages look so warm next to the gray here that's printed. Ooh. Broke Health and a beautiful Bvlgari ad. Emeralds. Probably rubies. But it gotta be emeralds because look how included they are. Can you see even on camera? I bet. Emeralds are naturally highly mix of yellow gold and white gold. Possibly platinum. Creates kind of interesting lines. The way they decided to use it. They paid for nicer paper. Fun. Fun brooches. That one is beautiful. I wonder what the blue is. Oh, it's carved. At first I thought it was beads, but I think it's a solid piece that's carved. Looks a bit Art Nouveau. Very playful. Fair amount of green so far, but it is a spring issue. I always spell brooches wrong half the time because you don't spell it like you say it. It's brooch, but it's spelled like brooch. Super decked out with these pave leaves, lots of gemstones everywhere. These are ultra high-end though. Well, actually I don't know this brand. Oh no, it still says Bvlgari. So it's definitely ultra high-end. Love your hair. 70s hairstyles are so soft looking. Pretty illustration on the model. Book, notebook. Oh, let's see if we can spot jewelry on these real people, on these candids. It's a little hard to see details, but there are a bunch of statement necklaces and large scale necklaces. Longer too. Some shorter ones as well. But I think most of them are long, like here. There's a shorter one. It still has a statement size pendant though. And then I think one or two people had some drop earrings. Very geometric on the necklaces so far. Like, where was it? Someone had, oh, she's got what looks like a bangle. I think there's a gap in between the bracelet and her dress, so it's not her sparkly jacket. So I don't think it's part of the jacket. It's, I would say it's chunky and rounded as well, like the ones we saw earlier. Just gonna put a check by that. The pendants are statement too. The large statement cocktail ring looks circular. Gigantic statement ring. I'm trying to imagine if it would be uncomfortable to wear. Really interesting bracelet. It's a chain mesh, looks like. Oh, it says this is a Manchu dragon. $10 bracelet, $6 ring, $1 less than the eyelashes. I think statement bracelet, but more notable is that it's sort of mesh, metal mesh. It has that drop that's very unique. Metal mesh bracelet. Asian influence, question mark. Manchu dragon. Is that Chinese? I'm unsure. Italy, where hospitality is an art. Oh, an ad by the Italian government travel office. This is really pretty. Them putting the color pictures in is hard to tell in spa. I don't think I see any jewelry on the ladies at the spa. I cannot show you this ad for this age-restricted product on YouTube, but she has gigantic gold studs, so I'm gonna write that down and flip the page. Ooh, accessories feature. This is so interesting to me, these oversized beaded necklaces, because this is trending right now. And it's new this year, was not really trending last year at all. There are a lot of necklaces like this on runways. And then I've seen shorter choker length on real people. And a fair amount of bracelets and stuff with these same oversized beads. I think I mentioned seeing more of that large round bead stuff. When I see it in the choker version, all I think is Marge Simpson necklace. But it definitely looks less Marge Simpson in the long version. News, dazzling accessory. Set for the spring into summer. Beautifully thanks with personal, sexy touches you will want to add in your way to everything you wear. The cascade of pearls, the silk flower, the lacquery narrow belt, the clinking cups of bracelets you will never be without, the sexy high-heeled sandal, all strong statements in fashion this summer. Your summer. It trails off. Love how dramatic that was. They're specifically calling out statement accessories. The necklaces feel very 20s, 30s to me. The long pearls. Those don't even look like they're trying to look like pearls. But it says they are. Or oh, maybe that's the pearls. So, statement. Definitely. I'm putting a bracelet stacking for sure. Bracelet stacking. We've seen that a bunch of times already. Really large scale for everything. Oh, it says these pearls are pink. Pink pearls. A rope of creamy pearls and a twist of silver and white beads. First got a dress, so these are pearls. Rope is a necklace length. By the way, it's a very long necklace length rope. Layering up on stranded pearls. Wrist cuffs. It looks like she might have a brooch on her hand. Hat feature. Jewelry. Gigantic bracelet. Statement bracelet. If there's one thing a woman shouldn't have to do at night, it's take off her eyelashes. It says these are permanent eyelashes. Permanent. I wonder if these are just like lash extensions today. But they're not permanent. Vogue's point of view. The weekend spirit. She's wearing a watch, but I can't really tell what it's about. Oh, generation and asked me when the jewelry was from, I would say the 80s. But we're in 72. But I will say this sparkle of it is a little different. There weren't as many faceted stones in fashion jewelry in the 80s magazines we looked at, but there was a ton of this circle inside square. The accessories are credited on the next to last page. Her hair and makeup does look 70s though, very swooped, and then the makeup is pretty minimal. The really thin brows. Absolutely gigantic. Pendant necklace, long. Just put a check next to that. What is that? Is that like a character? Like a writing character? What is that? It is on cord. It's our first corded necklace, I think. Giant. So you've got some large statement studs. Those look like the same earrings as in the close-up. Large statement studs. Geometric too. More bangles. They get big. Bangles and cuffs, and I'll just put a check mark on it. Oh my gosh, Marge Simpson necklace. How interesting. I wasn't expecting to see this kind of necklace. Door knocker. Are those grommets? At the bowl. No jewelry, that makes sense. These are cute bowl looks. The night star and soft. Color add. The longer version. I think we've seen like 4 of those so far, maybe. Maybe even more. Huge scale. More large bangles, often on 2 arms. I think she's matching. A watch. Would love a close-up on that watch. I think it's pretty big for a lady's watch of the era. Pretty big statement ring for playing tennis. The watch looks minimalist, but it's hard to tell with it being so small. But it looks like it could be modernist chrome, minimalist. Okay, here's our country weekend clothes. bracelets or watches styled over gloves. How cute. Oh, we got some large statement studs. People don't wear gloves nearly as much anymore. Beaded large scale necklace. Some kind of bangle or oversized watch. No horse riding one. Bangles, rounded, layered. Country weekend. Chunky chain bracelet. An ad for Vogue patterns. What women really talk about with men and with women. The couture look. So many polka dots. Looks like you got some giant studs, or is that her hair? I think it's a stud. With a bit of sheen. Huge bracelet. A lot of them, they look like they're made of rectangles. Like if it were a stretch bracelet and you stretched it, you would see that there are a bunch of rectangles. Thin and wider, making up the bracelet. Interesting necklace here. It looks like it's on some kind of fabric cord. And there's a huge pendant, but I can't make out what it is. Fabric, cord, necklace, or maybe it's a ribbon. Giant pendant. The pendant kind of looks like a gummy bear, but I feel like that's probably not what it is. I don't think I see any jewelry on anyone. Very fun, glamorous coats. The couture look more at these long, oversized pearls, it says. In most of them. Long, layered. That one's got two sizes of beads or pearls. Not all uniform like the one that may have just been quadrupled up from earlier. Oh. Very large bangles. That one looks like it's inset with rectangles, maybe like an animal or something. More of that. Whoa, what a big necklace. There have been a couple or a few twisted beaded necklaces. Here's something with beads, looks like myself wondering at what point did we mostly switch to pierced. What a fun pantsuit. How cute is that? Zip up knit jacket. I love the flipped hair. There are an awful lot of men in these photo shoots just kind of gazing at women. Ooh, we're in color. Wow. Extravaganza prints. It's hard to tell, but that kind of looks like it might be a bolo tie. That looks southwestern. Southwestern bolo tie, question mark. Large statement necklace. Colorful. At first I thought this guy maybe had a bracelet, but I think it's his shirt sticking out from under his jacket. This model kind of looks like Liz Fair. Wow. That is such a cool bracelet. I wonder if it's cumbersome. It's so big. All those stacked discs, but I think it's one piece, looks like. So it's grooved. Oh, he does have a bracelet though. It's like a thin metal bracelet. Thin metal bracelet on a man. Maybe it's a snake chain, but it's pretty hard to tell. Seamless, but it also looks like metal, so. Got kind of a funky beaded necklace. This, like a few more before, alternates in dark to light colors with the beads. Beaded necklace with alternating dark light. I think that might be one bead, and then these other ones are different beads. Whatever's going on, it's creating an alternating effect, I think. Some large statement studs, not as giant as some of the others. Some large statement studs, some large statement studs. Most of them are circular. Oh, that's a pretty top. Oh, that's a large statement stud, but it kind of looks like it has an extra detail. Maybe that's a clip from the clip-on just showing a bit. More bangles. That one's only a little big, but very dramatic statement bracelet. That one looks kind of complicated. I can't tell if it's a bangle or not. Absolutely gigantic. Really cool cuff. Bangle. It looks like it's one big piece, but it could be that she looks like an angelic clown. Very thin brows. And all the ladies. I don't think any of them are wearing jewelry. There's any jewelry here. The English Weekend Exposed. Demented. Oh my gosh. Shortly before I filmed this video, Jeannie B posted a video of gross foods. I can't remember if it was from the 70s or not, but I feel like this would have been the book she looked through. Let me read this to you, this very of its time recipe for a portable beach lunch. Slice an uncut loaf of bread horizontally into 4 slices with the top crust as the 5th slice. Spread layers with different fillings. Layer 1, curried egg salad. Layer 2, mashed sardines with lime juice. Layer 3, sliced cucumbers with butter and a chopped dill. 4, repeat sardines. And then it says frost whole loaf with thinned cream cheese. Store in freezer until very cold, preferably overnight. Take to beach in insulated bag. Gnarly. Repeat sardines. Almost menacing. But I mean, maybe it was good. I don't think I'll try it. Looks like some kind of circular stud, or maybe circle that drops just below the ear. Bit hard to tell. Got a long necklace, but I can't tell if it's a pendant or she's holding a bag in front of it. Book patterns. No jewelry on this lady. Never been in her hair weaved in, that's fun. So pretty. I feel like you can kind of see that she has a little bit of split ends, which is kind of charming, because I feel like by the 90s, 2000s, or beyond, they would be airbrushed into looking like apparently is real. Okay, so what occurred a lot, the scale was absolutely gigantic of a lot of things, especially the bracelets, which were mostly bangles and cuffs, solid. Not as many linked bracelets, but there were links. And some beads too. The chunky bangles stand out. The long pendant necklaces and oversized pearl or beaded necklaces. A lot of those pictures were in black and white, so it's hard to tell if they were meant to look like pearls or beads. But at least in that one feature, it said specifically they were pearls. But very oversized, so I would assume they're fake pearls, imitation, because pearls of that size would be unbelievably expensive. So I feel like most of the pearls that were the really large size were probably maybe pearl economics and availability was different in the 70s. Definitely one of the top trends in this magazine, the large statement studs. Mostly circular, generally geometric. I was surprised to see the Marge Simpson necklace in here. I wonder if we'll see it in the two teen magazines. I wonder if teens were wearing the same jewelry as adults, or if it will be very different. We'll see. Those twisted, beaded, or pearl beads. That was very unique in here. Notably, I think there was only one man wearing one piece of jewelry, a bracelet that looked like metal. So we'll also see if any of the guys in the future magazines are wearing any jewelry. In the 2000s teen magazines we've looked at, I feel like a lot of the men were wearing more jewelry than the ladies. And I feel like once we're deeper into a sort of hippie and art disco 70s, maybe we'll start seeing some men's jewelry. Well, this concludes our look at March of 1972. In the next one, we will be going to April of 1974. And I will see you there.